preparing to live stream. Oh, the meeting is being live streamed. You got it, Dominic?
Oh, maybe I should just leave it because I don't want to be oh, look at that. I didn't notice this last time. It actually says recording, and then now it says live YouTube.
Even though it's always said that.
No, I mean, I always seen the recording part. Never actually saw the live YouTube part.
Oh shit. Now we're gonna now. Look, there's ourself, and there's the little Zoom thingy.
Sweet.
And Dominic is god, there's
what
things popping on my screen. I don't know what to do. Managing moderators and support your channel in even more ways. Welcome to okay, I think I broke it. I don't know what's going on here. How does this thing work?
I'm in your door. I don't know. I don't know why I said open the door.
Great. This is great audio right now.
This is I mean, I forgot that we're still recording for the podcast, not just the YouTube. So sorry, but I don't really want to go into too much. I don't want to talk about what I'm going to talk about until we're ready. Explain to me what's going on right now, so I can.
Well, on my screen, I'm trying to just say, okay, that's cool. Oh, hi chat. Oh, I figured it out. Never mind.
Oh, we're good now.
All right, we're ready to roll. Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome. It's curveballs and chair shots. It's Saturday morning. You know what that means? Dominic.
Yeah.
Rewind it. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Curveballs and Chair Shots. Welcome here live on the YouTube with 0 people watching. It's just our beautiful faces. I need to probably do some sort of way that I can live stream this, but then also put in a backdrop with, make a Curveballs and Chair Shots backdrop. I think I have another podcast backdrop that I could use, but I don't think Dominic would like that for it to just say Bulletcast on the Curveballs and Chair Shots live stream. But I don't think we should do that.
I mean, we're cross branding, and if certain somebody that is affiliated with Bulletcast, would want, because we make millions of dollars doing this thing, so of course, he's going to want some. Close, a little shy of $1 million, but
yeah. See, I'm looking at the live stream. Dominic's camera or Dominic's video way better than mine. My laptop is like 20 years old. I do have an actual video or a camera that I could use, but once again, we didn't prepare.
That's for next week.
It's for later. When I do use it because I do stream as a cam girl on the side, an AI cam girl.
A cam girl, not a cam guy.
An AI cam girl. Because there's way more money in AI cam girls than being a live and in-person breathing AI man or real man. I'm a man. I'm 40.
You got something to tell me?
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, okay.
Anyways. So, I'll say, welcome to Curveballs and Chair Shots. My name is Brandon Tanguma. Alongside me is my lovely esteemed co-host Dominic Hobson. And Dominic, in 7 days, less than 7 days. We will be reunited, and he will be less than 6 feet away from me. Dominic, how are you doing today?
Well, woke up. Studio audience has work. That's why we're doing a Saturday morning podcast, of course. Got my venti vanilla mocha. Got a venti mango dragon fruit, whatever the fuck that thing is. Mascot got his pup cup, and
Is this his first time ever him having a pup cup?
God, this is only like his 3rd one.
Okay, I was
but
say,
I didn't order.
Was the first time you ever ordered it? Do you feel awkward about it?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Those secret menu type things.
Well, it's not that it's a secret menu thing, but it's like I was like, do I just say, can I get a pup cup? I'm like, but they don't charge for pup cups. But if I order it, do I get charged for the pup cup? So I was just like, can I get like 3 pup cups? And I didn't want them to think, because me and studio audience rolls up, and they see these 2 bigger people, and they order 3 pup cups, but they're thinking like all these fatties just want free whipped cream or something for their sexual fantasies. But no, they were for Lucy, R.I.P., Minnie, and Mascot. Yes, thank you. Show your respects.
He's a piece.
But this was that was the only time he had one in California, and since he's been up here, he's had 2.
Oh. Do the Washington pup cups smack different?
I don't eat pup cups.
Since Washington, Seattle, that's where it all started.
I mean, the coffee definitely tastes different. So
much better.
No, I don't know.
Since you moved to Washington, do you just get Starbucks coffee? Have you explored outside of the realms?
I've had coffee from Starbucks. There's a place that's literally maybe like it's a little closer to the house, called Cozy Coffee, and theirs are a lot cheaper, and you can get a bigger size for cheaper than Starbucks, but how do you say, the quality is going to be different every time because it's not like for sure recipe. It's like, oh, Susie made it, and the next day it's Brittany, and then after Brittany it's Jessica. So like you don't know, they may add, little story.
We all know Jessica makes it the best.
Maybe. But we went there one day, and
Dominic has a crush on Jessica, confirmed.
Actually, I have a crush on my no, I forgot we're live streaming. People can rat me out. It's all jokes. It's all jokes.
Yeah, no one's watching. I don't think we have a single. 2 people are watching this, and one of them is
as long as it's not user TF.
Whoever else is watching, show yourself.
Whatever that guy that said, who talked shit about our tier list. As long as it's not him, it's all good. Fuck that guy telling me that fucking Break the Walls Down should be in the fucking god tier. It's bullshit.
Yes, we do our tier list. It's on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. The YouTube link is in the description of said podcast. But we decided to live stream, or not live stream. I decided to edit it and put it up on the podcast. It's still not exactly what I wanted, because I wanted both of us to be there at all times. But it did the speaker view instead of the gallery view, which I thought I changed my settings for that. Anyways, you guys don't care about that. But yes, we got a few. We got a couple viewers. I still got some leftovers from my famous YouTube days.
Oh,
so
baby face was so attractive.
I know we got we got a few. It's not we're not setting the world on fire, but we got a couple hundred views. Thank you guys very much. I don't know who was watching this. If it was, I would assume it'd probably be mostly from just random subscribers that I've accumulated over the years. And you're like, oh, a WWE tier list. What the hell is this? Because probably a lot of them forget they even subscribed to me, and they just clicked on it. And yes, we got 3 likes. Shout out to those 3 likes. Dominic doesn't go to the fact we got 3 likes, but he focuses on the one comment we had, and it happened to be a little bit negative. That also comment might have garnered a few likes, but Dominic, see, this is why we can't get famous, because if Dominic gets famous, there's no way he can handle the critiques.
Oh, I'm gonna read every comment. I'm just gonna be like, this guy's cool. This guy, fuck this person for saying that I look fat. I'm just gonna, I mean, I am fat, but it's all good.
Exactly.
But where the fuck we're going? Oh, anyways, back to my coffee story. Went to Cozy Coffee one time and got my father the cup of coffee he likes.
Shut up, big dog.
And I told the lady, I said, you know what? Make me whatever the fuck you want to make me. I don't give a shit. Surprise me. She goes, do you like chocolate? I'm like, yeah. She goes, do you like coffee? I go, yeah. She
said, do you see my fat ass? Of course I like chocolate.
Exactly. And she, it was a certain drink. I don't remember the name, but it was basically a drink, and it came with like 3 shots of espresso or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And then she was making it. She comes up to the window and she goes, I messed up making a drink. I added 7 shots of espresso. Do you still want it? I'm like, fuck yeah, you're not charging me for it. She goes, nope. I go, give that shit to me. And it was the best cup of coffee I've ever had here. But I was also jumping off the fucking walls after.
Yeah, now Dominic has a extreme caffeine addiction.
Actually, no, I stopped really. I mean, I only drink coffees on the weekend now, mainly Saturdays, maybe a Sunday or 2, but mainly just Saturdays. It's fucking a million degrees up here, so I've been really on the refreshers kick, very delicious.
Oh, that's what I haven't done. I haven't checked the Spokane Valley weather report recently, and now since we're a week out, I can actually see what the weather's supposed to be like, even though weather always changes.
Should be fucking humid as fuck. It was fucking Tuesday. It was literally muggy as fuck, and I hated it so much.
Currently, Spokane Valley is 71 degrees with a projected high of 89 degrees, and the humidity is 59%, which is bad, not atrocious, because Dominic has never been to Mexico or Southern Florida.
Are you subtly bragging that I don't get out?
Well, I'm just saying, Dominic.
Shame on you, sir.
Dominic's complaining about how muggy it is. Let's see. Where's this at? Solidaridad, where some place in Mexico. Can't even see that. Up there.
Is that where you went?
Yeah, I like because I like to.
Was that the resort where you got shit faced?
Humidity, 65%. Punta Cana in the Dominican, 70% humidity.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, and it's hotter. Anyways,
yes,
the projected weather in Spokane Valley from Friday to Monday, which is going to be when I'll be there. Let's see. The worst apparently is going to be 78 degrees, but it says it's going to be cloudy, so it's probably going to be a muggy, humid day. Probably. And then it just progressively goes down from there. So
sweet.
It doesn't look like it's going to be too terrible.
I'm fucking juiced.
There you go. But then we are a week out, and I have, because I do check the weather here for A's games to see if it's going to rain. It'll say, oh yeah, Thursday in like 5 days, it's going to be thunderstorms, it's going to be rainy. And then a day later, it's like, oh no, it's going to be clear. That
is the one thing that we've been having. I mean, not lately, but maybe like a few weeks ago, it was like nonstop thunderstorms. And I mean, like, I don't know how bad they were there this year, if you've actually had any, but I mean, like, this is like fucking rattling the fucking house. Like you would see the flash because our room's pitch black. You would see the flash, and then it would fucking feel like it was an earthquake.
You saw the flash?
Okay.
Was he drunkenly like running around and like spewing?
Oh my God, Brandon, you're so fucking funny. You should be a fucking comedian.
I don't even know what he did. I don't even know what he did. I was going to say like he spewed racial epithets. I don't want to project. I don't know what exactly he did. Let's see. What did he do? Who's the guy who played the Flash? What's his name?
Barry Allen. No? Okay, fuck you. Thank you. But yeah, so that was my coffee story. Man, we're all over the place already. Are you really looking up what the Flash did? I think it was racial things he said. I think. Or was it? I don't know.
See, some people who listen to this podcast, like Tyler, who could have been on this podcast, he could have been. Didn't say anything.
Yeah, I mean, but he just doesn't, he used up, hang on, speaking of Tyler and the podcast, did he use up all of his credits already for that first podcast he did? Did he use up all of his credits?
He went to one game. He went to one game, and I did see him. Shout out Tyler and our number one fan, Haley. They went to the game. What day was that? That was a Friday. So last Friday, which would have been the 12th, should have been a podcast day, but it wasn't. But they showed up. They left.
Did they buy anything?
From my store? No, they did not.
Wow. Fucking.
Even if I give them a 20% season ticket discounts, even though they aren't season ticket holders. But I know they were former season ticket holders. Well, Tyler's family was.
How could they? They see you, they just rub it in your face that we're gonna walk away. So rude.
Tyler even came back like 3 times, because first him and Haley showed up, then he came back down again because he had to get coffee for Haley, even though there are people who walk around with hot chocolate, and there are people who walk around with hot chocolate, but he didn't want to wait. And then they come down again, and then we watch the end of the game, and of course the A's going to extra innings, because it's either the A's get their absolute cheeks blasted, or they go into extra innings. There is no in between. They can't just win a straightforward 9-inning game, even comfortably or just by 1 run. It's always the A's either win or lose in extra innings, or they just actually get their fucking cheeks blasted, lose like 7 runs by like the 4th inning. No in between. So, of course, this was a close game, and then they end up leaving, and then the A's did win, right?
I think so.
They ended up did win on Friday, and I think he left. But I did give him the hookup to where you have the MLB ballpark app. You check in for whatever reason that day. If you checked in, you got 2 free tickets. So I checked in, got 2 free tickets. And so when the Wednesday I'm coming back from Washington, I will be going to the A's game either by myself or with Josh. Shout out. Happy birthday, even though it's a week late.
Cool.
And I'll be watching the Oakland Athletics take on the Atlanta Athletics, or the Braves. And that'll be my first A's game of the year, technically.
Nice.
That should be fun.
I don't. Do you remember the deal though? Was it like for every podcast you got a ticket, or what was the deal again? Do you remember?
I don't think it's really that big of a deal, Dominic.
It's a fucking huge deal. Talking about you get a job with the A's, and I can't fucking use you to my advantage.
Well, I mean, is it really that much of an advantage? I mean, let's be honest. So for the first time, my fat ass on Wednesday used my ticket discount or employee discount to get some chicken tendies. So I went to the chicken tendy place. I went on my break. Yeah. It was, technically I only get 10 minutes, but nobody's fucking there. So who cares? I can take like 15 or 20 minutes to eat. Oof, and I go there.
The rules already? God.
I mean, I've been breaking the rules since like the 2nd or 3rd day. But
It's not going to that.
I show up, and apparently they tell us that we're only supposed to really use it for like mobile ordering. So you're supposed to order it ahead of time, but I don't think people really do that. And so I show up full garb. I'm wearing my jacket, so it's not completely showed because I wear a jacket, but I'm always wearing a polo underneath. Maybe if I wore the polo, but it's also like an old lady, and there might not be the most observant of people.
Yeah.
And I showed up with my name tag, and I had my phone out with the thing, and she's waiting, and I said, "Oh, can I get some chicken tendies and fries?" I said exactly like that. I didn't say chicken tenders. I said chicken tendies and fries.
You're such a fucking child. I swear to God.
Okay, I said chicken tenders and fries.
Thank you.
But so I order it, and I clearly have my phone out just right here. And apparently I'm supposed to tell her that I have the discount when like I was clear as day, like saying like, "Oh yeah, can I scan this?" Because you're supposed to scan a QR code it's like the A's Access,
Yeah.
Good old times with Dave Campbell was in the lion face fucking piece of shit.
Relax.
Anyways, a chicken tenders and fries. Guess how much those things cost, Dominic? Before and after discount, which I get 30% off.
Before, you're probably looking at like $12 maybe, something like that. After, so I'm looking at maybe like a $8 meal.
Well, you must be living in fucking Spokane Valley fantasy land, because beforehand they were like $18, and then with my discount it was $13. It's some fucking bullshit,
and that's it.
I actually got quite a bit. Okay. I got like 5 or 6 tendies, so I don't know if she threw some on the side, or because I did go later, like the 7th inning, and they're probably going to close up soon. They just threw out extra chicken tenders, but I did get a lot. Okay, we'll say that.
Well, while we're on this concession talk, did you happen, or did Tyler let you know how much were beers at the A's game?
He doesn't need to tell me that because I know, because we took, because they're like $17.50.
Okay, now these are normal clear ones, right?
I was thinking, I was looking, I think more at like tall cans, but they're all the same price. And I do not get discounts on alcohol.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Which is bullshit.
So you're the tall, like the fucking things at the like market, whatever they call it. Those are like $18, you said?
Yep.
At the arena where studio audience works, they are $20 plus tax.
Damn, why are they so expensive? I thought everything's more expensive in California.
You're telling me? I said, what the fuck is their profit margin on those cans? I mean, you go to the supermarket, those tall cans are what, like, I don't know, haven't bought a tall can in fucking a long time, but what, like $8?
I do understand that, maybe living here in the Bay Area, the transportation costs of delivering things might not be as high as going up to Spokane Valley, but still, it's not like we live in fucking Honolulu or, Anchorage, Alaska, where everything's so much more expensive.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
I was blown away at that. So, because, on Thursday, Kane Brown had a concert that she had to work, and she was excited. Excuse me. She was excited because she's a huge Kane Brown fan, which I didn't fucking know about, which
I thought you guys are, you guys listen to the same songs over and over again. I thought you guys are still in the early 2000s still.
No.
Except for
his new song, garbage. Sorry, just going to say it. I don't know if you heard it. It's a fucking garbage song in my opinion.
No disrespect to Kane Brown, but I do not listen to his music.
Thank you. But she was really excited. I think Dustin Lynch opened for him. Don't know if
now we're talking a little bit.
Okay, there we go.
Getting there.
But she was excited. She wanted to go, but the only tickets I could find were really expensive. I said, yeah, we're trying to save money, all these different things.
You're supposed to blow your load with Meetup next week.
Which I gotta buy those Indian tickets still.
Yeah, I was also gonna bring that up. Like, have you fucking bought those tickets yet?
Nope. And but she was excited
because are you gonna tell me that I'm gonna show my plan to go to is to get absolutely fucking wrecked at this minor league baseball game, and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be shocked that beer's gonna be $20 fucking there?
Probably.
Bullshit.
And you're the only one that's drinking because I don't drink. So
for now, what about studio audience?
I don't think she's really drinking since the last time the last alcoholic beverage we both took was a shot at like midnight via Zoom with our old coworkers. So
yeah, but I'm a terrible influence on you.
That is true.
I'm gonna go kicking and screaming. I'm gonna beg you to take me to that country bar you put over. And they were like, take me. And then we're gonna.
Well, no, actually, I told the studio audience because I can't go to the titty club that's literally next door to it. We can't go to the country club. So
So because you can't go to a titty bar, you can't go to the country club that's in the same vicinity. Why does that have to coincide with?
I want to go to a strip club.
Well, maybe maybe go to one for someone's bachelor party.
Go to a gay strip club. I want to see some dicks.
Well, I mean, I can arrange that.
No,
okay.
But yeah, so she got to basically work, get paid and tips and all that other shit, and listen to Cam Brown. She was really
She gets tips. That was the other thing. When I ordered my goddamn chicken tendies, the lady was really putting over the fact that I should tip her. I'm like, bitch, I'm paying $13 for chicken tendies. I'm doing this while I'm working. I ain't giving you $10 tip. All you did was walk back around and grab a thing off a fucking.
Well, the only shitty part is, I don't know, and it's probably the same with them, is like you have to split your tips with everyone that's working. So, you individually may get like a $50 in total day of tips, but if there's 5 other people working with you, you each only get, $10.
I did tip the Chipotle workers for Mother's birthday. Try to ask, maybe that means we're going to get some extra stuff, because I have noticed Chipotle has been a lot more stingy lately on their burrito bowls. Didn't exactly help.
Well, I mean, Starbucks,
and also the red hot sauce
Starbucks charging you for saying no
fire.
Ice or light ice, so I have to get ice in my fucking drink now. It's bullshit.
They charge you an extra like 25 cents because they know the hacks.
No, it's like $1 something, fucking, for getting no ice or something.
Well, that's because if you ask for no ice, you get more drink.
Yeah, exactly. Well, don't fucking shove my fucking. I don't know. Anyways, is there anything else we want to talk about before we talk about my work weeks?
Well, if we go, my work week wasn't that.
Yeah,
great.
make it quick. Yeah, yours was quick.
Yeah, it was fine. I worked 6 out of 7 days in a row. Just so hard. I know.
What?
I know.
Oh my god.
Well, that's also because I'm not going to work like at all at the next homestead. I'm working one day, and that's a Tuesday. I come back, so hopefully I don't get fucking Montezuma's revenge from Spokane, Washington, or.
Don't think so. We haven't had that much of a COVID outbreak, so.
But so. My wife, my sugar mama.
Yes.
She did come back.
Okay,
I
good.
saw her back-to-back days, Tuesday and Wednesday. I thought maybe she would have either been fired by HR because of my complaining, or she might have passed away because, she is elderly, but she was back. She didn't grab my hand and like sexually assault me. She just waved. I waved back, and that's about it. She's a ticket taker, apparently, because I saw her jacket and it's a ticket taker on the back.
What's a ticket taker? Is that like,
someone who takes tickets?
Like, oh, they scan you in at the stadium.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm so old that ticket taker would be, give me your ticket, please. And they rip it and give it back or whatever. But,
it's still the same job, even though they're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah. But okay, well, that's good to see her
and
back.
Monday, I was not there Monday. The one day,
oh man,
not a single sell was made. You absolutely hate to see it. That was the lowest game attendance for the Oakland Athletics since September 1979. Me and DeWitt come back on Tuesday. We sell like a dozen things. We fucking killed it. Come back Wednesday, made 2 sales the entire day. And we were shut out through about the first 6 or 7 innings. So it wasn't looking good, but we came through at the end. Thank God.
What's your number one seller so far? I mean, because it's a lot of the same stuff, right?
Number one seller. So basically, because I know you definitely remember this, we have
exactly
different cases. We have the front case is kind of the eye catcher where we have like the very expensive jerseys, and we have grab bags. I would maybe say, grab bags are probably the most not profitable, maybe profitable. The most popular item we have. It's like a $50 grab bag, and it's either you get a game use ball or you get a autograph. And our boss restocked them recently, and I asked him, "Oh, what's the thing on autographs to game use? Because everyone wants an autograph. No one really cares about game use balls." He said about 20%, so very slim chance. So if you guys are actually listening to this, you guys know the inside scoop at the A's authentic store that you're probably not.
I can't wait till like for some reason your boss is like just Googling shit and he comes across this and he's just like, this motherfucker's dealing insider fucking news or whatever it's fucking called, insider trading, and fire your ass.
So that's probably the most popular thing we sell. And then the other thing, we do have a lot of jerseys, and we have different types of jerseys, different types of pay or different types of price ranges. The cheapest one, we have these dark green spring training jerseys with no names on the back and just random ass numbers. Yeah. $75 for a jersey. So usually everyone who comes in here
That's
will
a lot of money.
$75 for a jersey. You know how much it is if you go to the team store to buy one of those things? It's like $100+.
But I mean, for a no name and you don't know who wore or whatever, I mean,
yeah, but there's some like decent numbers in there. There's like some 20s and some 30s and some single digit numbers that, you know, especially as life being an A's fan, it's probably better just to pick whatever your favorite number is or pick a number of a past player and just say it's them. But those are $75. So a lot of people they'll come in and we will sometimes put the big ticket items up front because we did get two jerseys, one from the 68 throwback from the free game in 18, and then we got a 1968. No, we had a 68 and a 75 jersey from 2015. Those are like $300-$400. And people were like, oh, fuck this, I don't want that. But then they ask, oh, what's the cheapest thing you have? I'm like, oh yeah, these things for $75, and then they end up just buying one of those.
Do you remember how much that you bought the Ricky Henderson one, right?
The Ricky Henderson one?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the team store.
I thought you got one from there, and then...
Yeah, that'd be another black player. That'd be Marcus Semien.
Oh, how much was that one? Do you remember?
It was probably like a couple $100. It probably wasn't cheap because I got like the gray one.
Great investment, right?
It was a great investment. He's a great player right now. Killing it in Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Because the A's didn't want to give him a qualifying offer, and instead they gave him some weird fucking $10 million, $1 million a year for 10 years bullshit deferred payment contract. So just give him a qualifying offer, $18 million. Sorry.
Okay. Are you done with work stuff? Or
talk about the A's later. Okay. Yes, I am completely done. Nothing else happened to me, Dominic. What's up in your work life for the past 2 weeks we've missed out on? I'll just mute myself and let Dominic roll.
Well. Where do I fucking begin? Work has been just fucking hard as shit. I was working all last week.
Just like I am.
In the Silver Valley. I was driving like over 300 miles a day. Your boy is fucking tired from the fucking shut you. Yeah, that's how big your dick is because you fucking work for the A's. Small dick ass motherfucker. Shit. Sorry. I'm stressed out over work. I'm sorry. But no, just been working in the Silver Valley. It's just fucking, Kellogg, St. Mary's, Harrison, fucking, Cataldo, all these fucking just, Osborne, all these places far away in the hills, very hickabilly. And, just
not to be confused with rockabilly.
Yes. But, it's crazy. Just all the driving I was doing. I'm tired. Had my first dentist appointment on Tuesday in
ever.
No, it's probably been like at least 2. Well, okay, hang on. COVID happened 2020. So this is probably when the pandemic, like the first kind of like they started slowly easing up and like everyone could start going back to dentist and all that kind of stuff. It's like 2021. So probably my first dentist appointment since 2021, maybe. And your boy, still cavity free, good teeths, strong, whatever. Do I need to floss? Yes, I need to start flossing more. So I'm going to do my best. Just, if I gave up alcohol, I can start flossing better.
I've seen you floss. You probably should never floss.
Huh? You've seen me floss? Oh, you're so fucking funny. God. I should just floss right now. I should just put the camera down and start flossing.
Heater this morning. Do it. Fucking start flossing. Look like you're like doing some sort of fucking ska dance.
I'm too tired. But I forgot that because I don't floss. Homegirl was shout out Riley. Homegirl was fucking cleaning my teeth, and for the first time ever in my whole life of going to the dentist, did I fucking start wincing in pain because I forgot they have to scrape the shit out of your fucking teeth, and it fucking hurt. She said I was bleeding a lot, but turns out, dentist came in, he checked my teeth, and he's like, God, you got good teeth. I'm like, yep, thank you. And then he's like, what are you listening to, Riley? And she's like, oh, country music. My last patient wanted to listen to country music, so I just kept it on. He was like, oh, it's not that bad, made a little joke, walked away. And then I was like, bitch, I could have picked music to listen to, and I'm listening to fucking country music. She goes, yeah, I'm waiting for one of my patients to want to listen to like rock or metal. And I just looked at my shirt. I'm like, so I was wearing this shirt still, you know. And then she was like, oh, you like metal? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, we can't play metal because the doctor doesn't like it because it's a little too aggressive and loud. And I'm like, you can't put like Linkin Park on or like, you know, something that's like heavy, but yet very melodic and like, you know, all. And she was just like, oh, we could try. I'm like, don't worry about it right now. We'll do it next time. So she lives in Post Falls. She's a redhead.
Dominic has a massive crush on his hygienist.
I mean, I can neither confirm or deny.
Well, so shout out Riley. Let's just get a picture. How old is Riley? If you'd like to take an estimate. She fresh out of dental school?
No, I would say in my opinion, she's maybe like woman. Probably like late 20s, early 30s.
Oh, so around our age.
Yes.
Nice. She's single. She has a wedding ring on.
Kind of tall.
Hey. Short kings.
Exactly.
We're not afraid to climb a tree.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure she was a redhead. I don't know if it was natural or not. Don't know. And she's kind of like me in a sense of like, you know, she would go out and do things, but then she's also very much okay with just staying at home and doing nothing. So
how did you get this information from?
Because what else are you gonna fucking do in an office when you're fucking staring at someone's mouth and cleaning their teeth? You're just gonna fucking be like minding your own business? No, she's fucking talkative, and I like that.
You fucking shut your mouth. Well, you open your mouth, but shut your mouth and don't say a fucking thing like I do.
Oh well, she was saying all these things.
Except for the awkward, you know, when I used to go to the dentist, I don't really go anymore because you know I don't have any dental insurance. Yeah. I don't have any dental health insurance. You know, they just ask you the same questions like it's always this. It was the same hygienist, and it was pretty much always the same questions. Like, oh, you go to school. Oh, what do you studied? Even though it's the same one, I answer this question every 6 months. And you know, oh, how's your family? Because they would go there. Oh, how's your grandma? Oh, she's dead. Oh, hate to see it. And then you know, that's basically what happens.
Well, I mean, it was awkward because like she's like, Dominic, we can take you. I'm like, all right, why can't they? She goes, well, I'm gonna give you a tour first. I'm like, do I really need a fucking tour of a?
She's gonna give you a twerk first.
Anyways, but she's like, oh, this is the bathroom. If you need to go to the bathroom, these are the hygienist areas. You know, if you know, this is where you're mainly gonna be. Over here is an X-ray machine. I'm like, cool, thank you, And then she puts me in the chair, and I sat in the chair, and I was like, oh, I forgot these things are fucking comfortable. So, you know, started relaxing and shit. And then, you know, just started talking. She's like, oh, you know, is this your, you know, your first time? I'm like, well, I just moved in October. She's like, oh, where'd you move from? I'm like, oh, California. And she's like, oh, that's amazing. And then it's talked about stuff. And she's like, oh, well, since you moved here, have you gone out and explored yet? And I'm like, no, it was snowing a lot, so we couldn't really do anything. And, you know, and we're working all the time. And
then you're like, oh, yeah, my hot friend's coming over next week. You should meet him.
I mean, I can, you know, we can swing by if you want.
Okay.
I'll be like, hey, my friend here.
Her house?
I mean, she lives in Post Falls. It's not too far from here. But I can see.
Did you say, you know, if you ever need to, you know, do any digging, I can mark your lines for you?
No, I did not lay it. I did not lay on the pickup lines. Okay. You know, if you need to get dug out, I can mark it for you.
Hit all the right spots.
Yeah. I'll make sure to hit your gas line.
Hit your water line. Make sure you never mind.
Yeah. Anyways, getting a little too weird here. But
yeah, we're live on YouTube, Dominic.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she might follow me because you know I was such a, you know, smooth talker. You know, by the way, could not say Linkin Park to save my fucking life. I'm sitting there, bib on, kind of. You can't even put on Linkin Park. Like I got fucking stuttered over it, like, you know, whatever. But yeah, that hurt like a bitch. My raise is not going to be what they fucking told me, because they told me like 26 and went down to 23.50, went up to 24.50, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not happy with it, but I'll take it. And now went back down to 23.50, so I'm really fucking pissed off. So, and then I was told that I was going to get a fucking Chevy Equinox or a Ford Bronco to work out of, and now I'm getting a fucking Ford Escape, which is some fucking bullshit. But you know what?
Just ask for like if they can't afford a new Ford Escape, just ask them for like a 90s Ford Bronco.
Well, no, it's like it's our new fleet. We're getting the new Broncos or something like that. Apparently,
I did see. I don't know if they changed the designs, but I did see a dark green Ford Bronco on Monday pull out of the Chipotle parking lot. Shout out Chipotle.
You liked it?
I actually liked it.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean,
I don't know if they changed the designs on them because I remember when they first came out, I was like, yeah, I don't really like them, or I've just seen them so much, or they're just fine now.
Yeah,
very boxy, kind of look like a Jeep.
Yeah, and then so driving, and I got scared because this bird just came out of nowhere and almost hit my windshield, but it like turned at the last minute and flew away, and it shit all over my windshield, and I have no wiper fluid in my car, so I had to drive around, the rest of the time in my work rig with like bird shit all over my fucking windshield, and it sucked. I had a guy talk to me about Jesus and how his
Crazy.
kids live in Arizona and go to a Christian school, and I'm like, cool, we'll love it.
Christian college or Christian like
he just said a Christian school, so I was like, cool, great. And then something about these liberal fucktards, kind of stuff like that.
What do you say?
That the country is gonna get ran down, and he has his 9 mil with a red dot on it that he's waiting for someone to try to take his shit or something, some bullshit like that. And this is like in Coeur d'Alene, like by the lake, like $1 million home kind of shit. And this guy's just like, oh, I got a fucking 9 mil just pointing at the door. Come on in. And I'm like,
and this is why we're seeing a bunch of fucking kids just getting shot up when they just happen to run upon someone's property.
Exactly. Well, and that's the only reason why I don't really try to fucking go in people's backyards anymore, unannounced. Like that's why I always ring the doorbell, knock on the door like 6 times, because I'm like, I'm not about to get fucking shot trying to mark out someone's electrical or gas. I'm like, fuck that shit. So, and then let's see, anything else?
Can't even play fucking tag or hide and go seek anymore these days. A damn shame.
I can't remember. Is there anything else that
Yeah, Dominic wrote down. He put down things on his notes app. So he
drove 300 miles, scared the shit out of a bird. Jesus talk, Trump talk. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. So,
okay,
that was my work week. Happy that happy we're here, happy we're alive.
Amen, brother.
Except for that one guy that said fucking that tier list. Fuck that guy. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
If he wants to come on the podcast, fucking hit Brandon up, hit me up, get you on here. You can debate with us why those songs deserve to be God tier. Right, Brandon?
I did feel like Break the Walls Down should have been higher on the list, but
could have been higher, but his exact words were like, they're not Metalingus and Break the Walls weren't on the top tier, crap. This tier lost its credibility, whatever. I'm like, they both don't belong on the top tier. Do they deserve higher? Maybe I agree with that, but we were breaking it down. Those what we settled on. I think you were settling a lot more and not trying to defend it, but
so it's my fault it's lower, even though you're the one who said it should be lower.
I'm not blaming you. Okay.
And this is why when I went on the YouTube and I saw, oh, look, we got a comment. I was like, oh, it doesn't look like it's a positive comment. I'm not going to read the rest of this. And I just put it away. And then you and Tyler started texting him, and I was like, I guess I better read what this fucking comment says. And it's like, oh, okay. He said lost credibility, which is probably where Dominic got triggered.
I'm not triggered. I'm just, trying to develop a story, some drama. I'm trying to get people to fucking be like, oh my God, this guy's a little bitch. Well, I mean, I am a bitch, but it's like, we need to start reaching out and getting people in the podcast. That's what we need to do.
In the CCSU.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like an STD. Oh man, maybe you got the new CCSU.
Hopefully it is an STD, because hopefully we start growing on you.
On you? In you.
In you. Or on you. Make it like herpes.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Were we done yet?
No. Yeah. Apparently you told me that we needed a very important Adriana update.
No.
Okay.
No. She doesn't deserve it.
Damn.
Because, she was gonna go back to her former employer, but she's just torn with her emotions.
The damn shame.
She's like the guy from the guy going, "Oh, you got the dollar. You almost got the dollar," But she's just fine where she's at apparently. So good for her.
Where is she working these days?
I don't know, some school, some like kids or something like that. Like,
oh, look at that. She's helping out the kids.
She makes way more than both of you and me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just like our number one fan, Haley. I know she would be working with the kids. Maybe we get a Haley and Adriana collab someday. I know Tyler would love that.
That would be
maybe Tyler should invite Adriana to his wedding.
Maybe Tyler.
I mean,
we know you're listening.
You texted me and Josh a couple weeks ago when I was trying to give you some ideas for some people to invite because you're trying to get a younger crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, Adriana's younger than all of us.
Exactly.
I'm just saying, you want to get that median age down. Just throwing it out there.
Which
and I'm not putting anything, but if Haley's looking for some bridesmaids, there you go. You put her as a bridesmaid too. But I've already asked if I can be paired up with Sarah. Shout out Sarah.
Hey, trying to keep it in the family. Trying to
be one big happy Gunderson Tanguma family.
Nice.
Yeah.
So this is awkward now.
Anyways, all right,
there we go.
I guess we'll just go into the actual podcast. We haven't done one of these in a while, but I thought it was apropos because we did lose two legends this past week in the sports and wrestling world. Jim Brown passed away yesterday. One of, if not the greatest running backs of all time, Cleveland Browns legend, and Billy Graham passed away on Wednesday. Early 70s, 60s legend, former WWF champion, very influential on the wrestling business, not only while he was there, but obviously after he was there. I almost said Brock Lesnar. Hulk Hogan and Dusty Rhodes have just admitted that they took a lot of influence, a lot of inspiration.
They just now admitted that.
No, they've been doing that for a while.
Oh, okay. Just making sure. She said just now. And I'm like, Dusty's been dead for a while now.
T's and P's. But yeah. So Jim Brown, Billy Graham, RIP, two legends, two goats. Especially, shout out Jim Brown, very big in the 60s with the civil rights movement with him, Muhammad Ali, and I think maybe Jack. I don't know if he was with Jackie Robinson, but shout out to him and Billy Graham. Steroids, kids, do not do steroids. But maybe someone who's lost and forgotten to history with the current generation of wrestling fans who don't know a lot of those territory 70s era wrestlers, but definitely someone that shaped the business for years to come.
I think Billy Graham doesn't get enough credit for what he, I'm not going to say he gave, but what he, brought to the business. I mean, Jim Brown, you can go on for fucking probably at least an hour about everything he's done on and off the field, but and there's his mascot protecting his master, but he's a dog. It's okay.
He's a black dog.
No, he's actually gray. So
that's why his name's Oreo.
Yes.
By the way, you like the TikTok I sent you about that missing Oreo dog?
Yeah.
Weeks ago.
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dominic and I may just send a specific type of TikTok to one another, but I thought that was apropos to break the streak because I thought it was very funny.
But then right back into it.
Right back into this.
Yes.
Right back into the algorithm.
But Billy Graham, both tremendous athletes in their respective sports, and gonna be missed.
T's and P's. All right. Since we've missed 2 weeks, I guess we could just run down the MLB standings real quick and just see where everybody lands. In the American League East, we got the Tampa Bay Rays continuing on to be an absolute fucking wagon, but they have struggled recently. They are 33-13, but they have lost 4 out of their last 6. Comfortable 3.5 game lead over our Baltimore Orioles.
Oh.
The entire American League East is above 500, but the Toronto Blue Jays now are in last place because the Blue Jays, the Red Sox, and I guess the Rays struggling a little bit over the last 10, but the Baltimore Orioles and the New York Yankees have played very well recently. Dominic, the Yankees are surging right now, and not exclusively on the back of Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge, after not hitting a home run since like mid-April, has seemingly hit a home run every single game. He is just fucking carrying this team right now, and he's doing great. Some cheating allegations, but it's definitely not a Houston Astros 2017 situation.
Yeah.
Didn't also help the next day. Domingo Herman, I think it's his name. I don't know.
Popped with the fucking
with the sticky stuff.
Sticky.
But I mean, everybody in this division is just fantastic. Really good team. And if we just go down the list to the AL Central, the Blue Jays, who were in last place, would be in first place of the AL Central. So it's just kind of a shitty luck of the draw. All 5 teams have a positive run differential. I think it's going to be very much similar throughout the entire year, unless one team just absolutely falls off the cliff, which could happen. But with the less games played in division, they're not going to beat up on each other as much as they used to do in the past.
Yeah.
But even the Red Sox, like, I know we don't really talk about the Red Sox that much, but
because why should we?
They're just kind of hanging around, and I would not be shocked if I would comfortably say we're going to get at least 3 teams out of this division, maybe even 4 teams for the first time ever.
That would be shocking. But yeah, no, I mean, I think we said it last year that the Orioles, they're that young and up and coming team, and they're kind of proving us right. I mean, I think their best player is Cedric Mullins. Just saying,
you can't escape him.
Exactly. But I mean, and then Yankees will always be a team that can be that top tier first seed. Can also be a wild card just because they can afford it realistically. So, but the Rays have been a force the past couple years. Yankees are always on the cusp of everything. I'm surprised Blue Jays are doing kind of this poor. I mean, since, to
the AL East standard, there's still 5 games over 500.
Exactly. But, we'll, I would bet this will be the way it looks going into All-Star break.
Okay. I think I know the answers to this, Dominic, but do you know who Zach Hampel is? And do you know why he was in the news this past week?
Yes.
Oh, tell us about it, Dominic.
His name is cool.
So you like Zach Hampel? Dominic, big Zach Hampel.
I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
He's the ball hawk. He's the guy who catches balls and goes to every single stadium all the time and catches like a bunch of balls. And he's caught A-Rod's 3,000th home run. He caught Mike Trout's first home run. I will say,
my leg's on fire from this fucking laptop charging.
Like him and Trevor Bauer. I do follow them on YouTube. I watch their videos, not exactly because I love them and huge fans of them, but they make some solid baseball content and I like to watch what they do. I don't watch pretty much watch every Trevor Bauer video. I don't watch every Zach Campbell video. But AJ, Little Man 17, kid in a wheelchair, famous Twitch streamer, he met Cedric Mullins this past week, and he has like a gimmick to where Cedric Mullins would always like fuck him over in his games, and he quote unquote hated Cedric Mullins, but he loves him too. And he met Cedric Mullins, and it was a great day. It was his birthday too, and then just 2 worlds colliding. Zach Hampel was also at the game, and he catches Cedric Mullins' home run, and then someone videotapes him. Actually, I can't because we tried to do this before, and it doesn't fucking work. Or I try to play a video, or I try to play something, and it doesn't fucking work. But
you could just like hold it up to the camera.
Yeah, but it's predicated on the audio. And someone goes up to Hampel and it's like, "Oh, you're gonna give it to AJ?" And he's like, "I don't know who AJ is." "Oh yeah, the Mullins kid." And he was like, "Oh, I'm the Mullins guy tonight." I was like, "Oh, what a fucking dickhead!" Even though
that's because he has no fucking life, and he rather, stick to his gimmick and not actually have a heart. So,
yeah. Even though it was AJ's day, and I'm pretty sure they showed him on the Jumbotron, and everyone in that building, even if they didn't know who he was, they going into the game, they knew who he was coming out of the game. But
exactly,
Zach Campbell might not exactly be.
Anyways, fuck Zach Campbell. Who's worse, that guy or the guy that fucked over the Cubs, 20 years ago, the catching the foul ball or whatever?
Steve Bartman gets a bad rap.
Okay.
Going to the Central, but the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins, 24-21. They have a 2.5 game lead over Dominic's Detroit Tigers. They are still under 500. The entire division, except for the Twins, are under 500. My Cleveland Guardians not doing so hot. Their pitching is not great, and their offense was never spectacular. But with their pitching not doing all that well, it's kind of showing out in the record at 20-24. I mean, this division has always kind of been dog shit. I am a little surprised the Guardians aren't doing as well as I thought they were going to do. Tigers, I mean, shout out. Yeah, they're 2 games under 500, but they're not a terrible dog shit team. So good for them. Good for them. Moving over to the West, we got the Texas Rangers. They are a wagon right now, 27-17. They are 2 games up on the Astros. They aren't exactly set the world on fire by Astro standards, but that's why I picked them to win the division. They're just still a good, solid team, and they struggle a little bit early on, but I think they will put it together. And
they usually pick it up at the end of the year.
Yeah, even with Jacob deGrom going down for the Rangers, they're still holding up shop. I mean, their lineup just absolutely fucking smacks, and they got Corey Seager back this week, so that's definitely helping them. So the Rangers, I didn't pick them this year because it's almost like the Angels, where I was like, oh, I want to see it first.
Yeah,
I'm seeing it right now with the Rangers, especially with them coming into town this past week, so I was able to get some eyes on them. And the A's held their own. They didn't get absolutely fucking clobbered by in all their games. They won a game against the Rangers. They did, I think. Yeah, I forget.
Yeah, but that's the A's for you. They win one.
We win 20. 1 game a week. Maybe we get 2. And that's all we get. But Angels 24-22, Mariners 21-23. They have been a disappointment, I would say. They've lost their last 3, 4-6 in their last 10. I mean, I kind of put my eggs in the Seattle Mariners and the San Diego Padres basket, and the Blue Jays basket, I guess, too. And they're not exactly
looking all that good.
I'm just cursing every team. I am sorry. But then moving on all the way down at the bottom, 10-36, by far the worst team in baseball, a .217 winning percentage, a -165 run differential, is our or mine. I don't know how Dominic feels at this point. The Oakland Athletics. But as we do, we don't really talk about the on-field product. We talk about the stadium situation. And Dominic, since we last talked, I mean, good God, it has just gone all over the place. We haven't talked in 2 weeks. When last time we talked about the A's, they were at the Wild Wild West site. And now they have moved their projected stadium to be at the Tropicana, which is across the street from MGM. And they went from a 55-acre place at Howard Terminal with housing and restaurants and everything to a 49-acre place in Vegas. And now they're moving into a 9-acre spot which they don't even own. They would be renting. They'd be renting the property or renting the land. And it would be a 30,000 seat stadium, retractable roof, which would be one of the smallest, if not the smallest venues in baseball. And there's zero stadiums in baseball with a retractable roof that fits on 9 acres. Only Fenway Park and Wrigley Field fit on 9 acres, and those are very small, very old. Dominic, what the fuck is going on with the Oakland A's? And Dominic, pop quiz. When they first saw, which is at this point a month ago.
Yes.
What did I say kept me somewhat optimistic about the Oakland A's, even though I said it was 95-5 they're moving to Vegas? What was the thing that kept me optimistic about the A's possibly staying in Oakland?
Fuck. Was it because fucking Fisher's a greedy pig and he wants them to pay for it all?
No, but you're on the right track.
Funding? I don't know.
It's that this ownership is a bunch of fucking idiots and they will find a way to fuck it up. And currently they're finding a way to fuck it up because, I'm definitely much more in the weeds than Dominic is. And I see everything. They need a bill by May 25th, even though the session ends in June. They need to find a bill on May 25th. We were supposed to get a bill last Monday. Now it's like they're possibly going to get one this Monday. Also reports that they're like $100+ million apart on funding. Nevada only wants to spend $200 million when the A's want $395 million. Dominic, from someone on the outside looking in, I will say, as I said, I was at 95.5. They're going to Vegas. Now I'm 80-20. They're going to Vegas.
Okay.
Still not great, but as you see, in a month, we've gained 15%.
Hammer the under.
We've gained 15% in the last month. Dominic, from the outside looking in, first off, how much have you been seeing either in Washington or, on your Twitter feed or whatever? And how do you feel about the situation after everything? Apparently, I probably just told you all the information that you.
I mean, I did know that they wanted 395 and then they went lower and then they went even lower. But I've been seeing a bunch of Nevadians. Is that what you would call them? Basically saying that you don't want to fund this project, make him pay for it. Kind of what we've been saying for the last couple of years. I mean, as an ownership, I don't see how, I can understand, hey, we're going to move to Vegas, fuck you guys. And then you're trying to make Oakland be like, hey, we'll give you the couple extra million that we were, short on, using it as leverage. One thing that you said was shovels aren't in the ground. They don't have anything signed. Then that comes out.
Still haven't even seen renderings of what this place is going to look like.
Exactly. And then, and then there's the, reports are that, they've signed a deal with Vegas and this and that. And then all this other shit comes out. So it's one of those things where, and then I know the mayor just had an interview. I think that I'm sure you've seen it, that she's like, we're ready for them to come talk. And we are ready. We're ready. We're literally so close. I don't see why,
$88 million away they were, allegedly.
Exactly. And I mean, that's something that, is, if Vegas legislation is watching that, they're going, they were 88 million was the difference. We're not giving them nearly as much land, and we're still not giving them what they want, was a 395 and even lower. So I'm surprised that the A's are even still playing with this idea. I think, I mean, we've been seeing it at every A's game. We've been seeing it all over social media. Sell.
Shout out Tyler. He got a free sell shirt and he was wearing it around.
Good for him. I do appreciate all the teams that are coming to the Coliseum, that are bringing it up on their national podcast, or
broadcast.
Sorry, yes. That they're going over the history of the athletics in Oakland, and most of them are saying that they're bringing it to everyone's attention, at least, so it's not just an Oakland thing. They're bringing it into an MLB thing. So hopefully that will also, maybe somebody will stand up for us. That's an actual, maybe it's Joe Lacob, whatever, or maybe it's
we need to get at the owner. We need to get Joe Lacob, Steph Curry, Aisha, Dame Lillard, MC Hammer. We've seen Marshawn Lynch, everybody who's just loosely associated with Oakland. Get them all together.
Yes,
let's fucking buy the A's for a Billy, whatever, 1.3, whatever fucking Joe Lacob wants, because the gap prices are crashing, and he just is probably, I would assume, in the next 5 years, he was going to sell regardless, because he's going to get a new stadium. It just depends where it is.
Yeah.
But hopefully this whole thing falls apart and he has egg on his face and he has to sell, which
here's my honest opinion. I don't wish ill will against anyone. I understand.
But fuck John Fisher and all my homies hate John Fisher and Dave Kaval. Fucking little bitch.
But
Dave Kaval, I will say, I forget if I said this last week because I forget what it was, but he did actually show up to one game, which I was like, okay, respect, but also fuck you.
But my thing is, like, I wouldn't want this guy to sell the team because it's like he's a laughing stock. I'd much rather, if I was him, I'd be like, you know what? I'm owning this team and the whole fucking community.
Bought the team for $300 million. It's already evaluated at $1 billion, and it's going to go up once he gets a new stadium. He's going to make
ultimately what he's doing. He's going
to make a profit regardless.
He wants to sell after the stadium, so then he can make more money. So he's being greedy. But my thing is, you know what? Why don't you just be like, you know what? Hey, Oakland, let's do this deal. I'm going to sell the team, to Joe Lacob and his investment group, whatever. Give me my fucking money. He can afford the other 88 million. And that's all he has to fucking do, is be like, you know what? I'm going to sell it to you, and you just got to pay the 88 million. I want what's best. All he has to say is, I want what's best for the A's in Oakland. build the stadium. Joe Lacob, if you promise to pay the extra $88 million, you got it.
And the 88 million is just for like, it's everything. Like
Yes.
if they just wanted to build a stadium right now and just worry about the offsite infrastructure and worry about the housing and whatever else has to go in, like, okay, we'll talk about that later. But if they just wanted to build a stadium right now and get it up and running by 2027 or 2028, like they could do that right now, but the A's were so built on, we have to do this grand old scheme and have to have all this fucking land and do all this shit. And now they're here with 9 acres that they don't even own and just going to be a stadium, which they said, we need to sell like 2.5 million tickets, even though it's a 30,000 seat building.
So you're looking at,
so then times that by 81, that doesn't add up to 2.5. It adds up to like 2.3. So you have to sell it every single time.
Which you're not going to do.
Which you're not going to do against the fucking Kansas City Royals on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And just, as I said, the only thing that's keeping me optimistic is that everyone involved with the A's are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Even though they're technically my boss, because I do get a paycheck from the Oakland A's at the investment
Which I'm surprised.
group.
I mean, I understand you're entitled to your own opinion, but damn, you're,
But we are
don't shoot yourself in the foot, bud.
I don't give a shit. If they want to fire me, fucking
I
fire
made $15. Fuck them. I deserve
16.
50.
I did change my banner on Twitter. I changed it. It was the
nice hat, by the way. Love it.
Shout out. Have you seen Tyler's recreation of this photo?
Yeah, it's ugly. He looks ugly. You look good.
Thank you. So I did. It used to just be the an empty field of the Coliseum, and now I put that. So there you go. Shout out. June 13th, still on board for the. What does this say? Runs scored this season. Oakland. Okay. Barstool Baseball. Also, fuck you, Barstool Baseball. Starting 9 forever. Oakland / Las Vegas A's. 174. San Diego Padres 173. So A's better than the Padres. And he also put in Kyler Murray. Like, oh my God, they're like so funny because there's nobody on the A's even worth talking about that we're gonna put Kyler Murray in there.
Hey, relax.
Even though Esther Ruiz is leading the league in stolen bases, Ryan Noda is an on-base machine. Brent Rooker is a fucking beast. Grand slam. Oh no, it was Noda who hit the grand slam. Or was it Rooker? I forget. It's all a fucking. I blacked out anyways.
Yeah. Okay, you got it out of your system. Can we move on so then we can fucking?
I'm done.
My ass is falling asleep. Come on.
I'll wake that ass up next week. You know what I'm saying,
Daddy?
I did. Once again, because the A's can't win in 9 innings, they played against the Diamondbacks in 12. My boss told us to check out, which we did, but then I ended up staying, watched the rest of the game. They walked it off. Not gonna lie. Might have got a little emotional because you never know how many more wins you're going to see live in person.
You're having that flashback to that like 20 inning game.
Okay. Anyways, moving to the National League, we've got the Atlanta Braves who are a wagon 28-16, 5.5 game lead over the second place Miami Marlins, who are 23-22. The New York Mets, if you follow Frank the Tank or any Mets fan, you would think the world is falling, which it kind of is. Justin Verlander comes back, not exactly lighting the world on fire, but he didn't get a spring training. This is kind of his spring training, even though it's mid-May. You no real room for improvements, but they have won their last 3. So positive notes for the Mets. They are, after falling way, way down, they are on a little bit of an upswing. Phillies 20-24. Bryce Harper is back, but that is not helping them much. They have lost their last 5. So maybe they can figure it out, but not so.
What do you think would hurt Frank more? Mets not making
it doesn't matter what the Mets do. I think if the Mets are
if the Mets lose regardless, he just gets all fucking bent out of shape. Because my thing is like, I think I've asked this question before, what's worse, like not making playoffs or making the playoffs and like losing either,
it just depends how your team was. Like, if you just back your way into the playoffs, you end up losing. Like, okay, yeah, that was fun.
We should not have gotten in anyways, but we did. But we lost.
It's like the Seattle Mariners. When the Seattle Mariners set the wins record at 116 and then to lose it in the first round, that's completely different than last year when the Mariners haven't made the playoffs in 20 years and they win the wild card, but they end up losing the ALDS. Same result, but 2 completely different expectations.
Yeah. But what do you think? I mean, so then I'll ask you, Mets have a decent season. They get in. And they get all the way to the World Series and lose? Do you think that would hurt more to Frank, being that you're right there and you lose? And, I would say game 7 and you lose. Or do you think it hurts him more being like ALDS and losing?
Probably World Series and losing.
Then I want the Mets to go to the World Series. I want him then to lose in the game 7. I want his hopes being there and then just crumbling away.
Well, Frank never has hope in the Mets. They're feeble.
True.
Central, Dominic's Pittsburgh Pirates and Dominic's Milwaukee Brewers are tied.
Damn, need those Brewers to lose, but win
for the first place in the NL Central. Pirates were in a deep skid over the past couple weeks, but they've leveled off a tad bit. They've won their last 2. Brewers have lost their last 2, so that's kind of flip-flopped. So Pirates have gained 2 games in the standings. So that's why we are tied. And then we got the Cubs, the Mr. X's Cincinnati Reds in 19-25, and the St. Louis Cardinals in 19-27. But it might be 19-27. Cardinals only 6 games out. They've won 7 out of their last 10. So the Cardinals may, don't count the Cardinals out yet. They could get hot.
I mean,
could.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I count them out.
Then over in the West, once again, as always, every single year, Los Angeles Dodgers are there, 29-17, 3.5 game lead on the Arizona Diamondbacks. And in third place, San Francisco Giants, 21-23, and then the San Diego Padres all the way down to 20-25. I just do not know what's going on with this Padres team. I mean, the stars are producing. The stars are kind of getting the job done.
Yeah,
but the pitching is not great, and kind of that second, third tier players are not doing very good, and that is bearing out right now. Padres need to fucking figure their shit out. They've lost their last 3. They lost to the Red Sox, and they've had 2 series against the Dodgers since we've done our last podcast, live sports talking podcast. Got absolutely fucking handled by both of those series. So Padres may have won. And that's the only series I think they beat the Dodgers in like the last 2 or 3 years was that playoff series. But the Dodgers are the Padres' daddies.
Well, shout out, Rich.
Shout out.
There you go. I've been meaning to text him because, he's a diehard Padres fan. He goes to multiple Padre games a year at home. He, goes down to San Diego because that's where he went to school and everything. But
does he go to Giants games? The Giants games?
He will go to Giants games when the Padres play, yeah.
Cool. But does he? You should tell him to go to some Los Padres games.
You want me to? I'll be like, hey, heard this is a great Padres team, local team.
I think we're in first place. We're 3-1.
Be like, there's a guy there, probably the next Fernando Tatis.
The shortest, fattest first baseman you'll ever see. Yeah, mainly because they have no other first baseman.
And he drops huge singles.
Hey, game-winning double.
Oh, sorry.
Last game.
Yeah, sorry.
Game-winning double. I also have a triple. I probably lead the league in HBP and
HPV?
HBP.
Oh, HBP. Think about that human papillomavirus for a second.
Mm-hmm. Did you see my?
I guess the title of the podcast is STDs.
Did you see my my wound that I had that I got hit by a pitch? Did you see that?
They're talking about your butthole.
No. Did you see it?
Can I see your butthole?
I don't think I sent it to you. You can see my butthole next week. You want to see my stretch marks?
Sure.
And you can see my ass.
Oh, okay. Yes, then definitely send it to
me.
There
you go. Everyone, you can see my ass in underwear.
Oh,
but that was I got hit.
Woo! God damn.
Yeah, it was just a perfect circle. And
somebody screen grab that.
If you know, you know.
Should we recreate it and I'll be Dallas and you can be the other guy?
No, I'm surprised on this live podcast, on this live feed, you haven't done this already. Have you gone to the Negro League Museum anytime soon, Dominic?
Is there one here?
Actually, no, it's in Kansas City.
Oh, damn.
All right, moving over to the NBA playoffs. We are in the finals, and I cursed the Warriors. I said on our last week's podcast that I predicted Warriors in 6. That did not happen. It was Lakers in 6.
Yes. So sorry, Warriors, we forgot our curse of predicting teams to win. Usually it's the other outcome. So our bad.
Yeah, Dominic.
So Celtics in 6 or 7 or whatever.
It could be Celtics in 6. You never know. But Dominic, your thoughts on the Warriors-Lakers, and what do the Warriors have to do? It's gonna be an interesting offseason to see what the Warriors do and how they retool.
Huge. I'm a Warrior diehard. Even though I live in Washington, I should technically be a Trailblazers fan or whatever. But I think I know Clay wants more money. We have to re-sign Draymond. I am a proponent to giving Draymond not a max, but I would give him a bag. I'm a proponent for it. But there would be things set up to where, I would be like, hey, you need to go to anger management and get your shit together, because we're not having this Draymond who gets teed up fucking every other fucking game, that gets suspended for a game, suspends in the playoffs. We can't have that. If we want to be a championship team, we can't have that. I would also make sure that he is well, I don't know. Does the NBA have a no trade clause?
I would assume there's contracts that have no trade clauses in there.
I would make sure that that is not in it. So then if halfway through the year, halfway through his contract, if somebody wants him, they can take him. I think we need to keep Poole. Definitely, Kuminga, Moody, our younger core that we can develop, keep them along as much as you can. Our biggest thing is our big men. Looney is our big guy with I think Draymond. So I think we need a big man, which I'm also up for trading a couple of young guys for a big guy. Or if you're going to draft, you're drafting a center. That's the biggest thing the Warriors suffer from is we're short. So.
And I think during the season, they kind of were like, oh yeah, Jordan Poole, we're fine. Draymond, we're fine. But that incident before the season definitely did impact Jordan Poole.
Yes. And that hurt a lot too. So, and that's where, that's going to be a determining factor on, who would you rather have, Draymond or Jordan Poole? My thing is Jordan Poole can score. He's improved tremendously. He is a very good player.
He could be the future, but he's not showing he can be the future.
Well, he's showing that he could be the future, but can he be a leader? He's not a leader. And that's the thing is and it's so fucking hard because Draymond is getting up there. He's older. He's, but the thing that Draymond has is he has that the aggression, the anger, the Dennis Rodman. I want the fucking ball. Give me the fucking ball. I'm gonna, doesn't put up fucking 20 plus points a game, but he can also get a double and fucking steals and fucking rebounds or whatever. Like Draymond has that ability still, but it's who would I rather have? If I can sign Draymond and trade him off and get a decent power forward and maybe a center for him or something like that, it's very doable in my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors try to finagle some sort of trade or some sort of big deal, whether it's dealing Jordan Poole or however the case may be, because they're trying to pay, or Clay's looking to get paid. I don't think he should get paid like a supermax, top of the line.
And that's the thing. He doesn't deserve supermax either.
Because last year, coming off of his injury, he was good for coming off of an injury.
Yeah.
But then this season, especially in those playoffs, Klay Thompson and Jordan Poole did not show out, and they're one of the main reasons that the Warriors lost the series.
Yes.
And Klay he's fallen off, and it does suck, but It's
but that's Clay though. Clay also has the ability to turn on the fucking burner and fucking go for 37 points with 6 threes, and it's like Clay has that ability. So that's why it's hard. Like, he technically, yes, he does, for everything he's done, he deserves a supermax, but this season, and the fact that he's technically now injury prone, because once you tear all those ligaments and shit, it's very likely that other shit can happen. It's like, does he really honestly deserve supermax? I don't think so.
No, he definitely doesn't, especially with the Warriors, and where they are with, they got to pay they're paying Steph Curry, they're paying Jordan Poole, Draymond and Clay. It's gonna be interesting off season. I don't know how much better the Warriors will be headed into next season. So that's why last year winning the championship was definitely something you should cherish, because it might be over. Yeah. Then let's talk about the here and now. We got 2 conference finals going on. We got 2 game leads, but we got the Nuggets 2 up on the Lakers as we go back to LA. Game 3 is tonight. Nuggets, I've always said, are an absolute fucking wagon, and the Lakers are experiencing that right now. Lakers coulda, shoulda, woulda won game 2. They did not. Must win for the Lakers here in game 3, but I don't see it. I think the Nuggets are by far and away the favorite to win the championship this year right now.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like the Nuggets are like, I don't know how you feel. I feel like on paper, you look at the Lakers roster and you're kind of like, oh, that's a pretty fucking decent lineup. And you look at the Nuggets, it's like Jokic, cool.
Jamal Murray going fucking yah.
And that's the thing. Jamal Murray, if he can fucking ball out, I don't think the Lakers have a chance. And you've kind of saw that in game 2. So it's very, as long as the Nuggets keep doing what they're fucking doing, the Lakers don't stand a chance. But also, it's LeBron James, Anthony Davis. If they fucking catch fire, the Nuggets don't have a chance.
And shout out Rui Hachimura. I definitely butchered his last name, but he's going to get a bag this year from somebody. Don't know if it's going to be the Lakers, but he's going to get a bag from somebody. Then over in the East, my Miami Heat going up 2-0 against the Celtics, going in Boston, taking both games. I know we didn't like preview these series, but if before the series would have started, I'd be like, obviously I'm cheering for the Heat. I want them to win, but I don't have much faith that they will win the series. But now that it's flipped on its fucking head, I mean, Grant Williams, what the fuck are you doing getting in Jimmy Butler?
He's the Celtics Dylan Brooks.
Getting in fucking Jimmy Butler's face when they're in reaching distance of like 4 minutes left. And I even said it, like, okay, you just pissed Jimmy Butler off and he's going to go the fuck off, and Heat are winning this game. Yes. And that's exactly what happened. And so now the Heat go back to Miami. Yeah, you would like to finish this off in a sweep, but if they just win one game in Miami, this series is over.
Well, and that's the thing. And I think last year, really, really resonated with Jimmy Butler. And I think he's just like, you know what, I'm putting this shit on my back. I'm fucking taking him in all the way. And, I'm not taking anything away. The Celtics, very fucking talented. I mean, Tatum, Brown, Robert Williams is the center, right?
Yeah, they got 2 Williams.
Yeah. Those 3 right there can fucking just ruin your fucking night. So the Heat got to keep doing what they're fucking doing. But I'm like you, if they can take 1, I would be fucking super ecstatic to go back to Boston to win it.
Yeah. So by the time we talk next week, we'll be in person next week. Still don't know exactly what we're doing the podcast. We'll try to fit it in one of these days, whether it's Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh, we'll fit it in.
We're going to fit it in real good. No promises on when it's going to happen, because allegedly we're supposed to go to a baseball game on Friday, right, Dominic? That's a plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's the plan.
Okay, fine. Fucking do it now.
We're going to get a live purchase on the podcast, because usually when we do our Las Vegas or other excursions, except for we went to Tahoe, I wasn't really in charge of that trip, but when we go to Vegas, usually I'm the one planning these trips and kind of saying what we're doing. Spokane, Washington, know nothing about it. Spokane Valley, Know nothing about it except for my little excursion. My little deep dive into the Spokane Indians and their Avista Stadium.
Avista Stadium. You know, that's the company that pays me.
Ooh. So you should get free tickets.
Maybe.
Or you mean pays you as in like
you selected an away game. I'm not trying to buy tickets to an away game. The fuck?
The fuck?
Hey, we're going to
This is why I'm usually in charge.
Yes.
But anyways, Dominic and Studio Audience will be in charge of planning and tickets. Doing whatever the fuck.
So this would be the 26th, Friday, the 26th, 6:35. Promotion, $10,000 Grand Slam night.
Cool. Okay. They got dollar beer nights.
Oh, let's see. Spokane Indians versus the Vancouver Canadians. We're looking for Canadians? 3 tickets.
This is for Friday or Saturday?
Friday.
Okay.
Because Friday, we're going to do that. Saturday, I figured we'll, just fuck around, go drive around, show you shit, do shit. If you want to bring your swim trunks, we could possibly go in the river or the lake if you want. It's up to you.
Okay. My fat ass.
Ooh, there's no more seats. Sorry, Brandon.
Yeah, there definitely are seats, Dominic.
Shut the fuck up. Where do you want to sit roughly? Do you want to be
Dominic, you don't need to buy the most expensive tickets, even though the most expensive tickets are like $20.
Well, do you want like foul line? Do you want to go behind the plate? Let's go like foul line and see what we got here. Hang on, I'm gonna
get a baseball. I'll get my Zach Campbell on. Riveting.
We can go right there. Now. So no, we want to sit next to each. No, we want to sit next to each other. There we go.
Do we?
Section 102, row 1, seats 1, 2, and 3.
There you go.
$9.
Damn, look at that, Dominic. Who would have thought that going to a single A baseball game in Spokane, Washington is not that expensive? Sorry, this is in Spokane Valley.
On the visitor side. Mm-hmm. Or should we go home side?
I don't care. I'm probably gonna know 0 people. But it will be fun in like 5 years when those guys get called up to the show and we're like, oh, we saw them in single A. But I do follow the Spokane Indy. You know what? Also, shout out Zach Campbell. Well, no shout out Zach Campbell. Fuck him. The Spokane Indians tweeted out when that incident occurred that Zach Campbell is officially banned from Avista Stadium, and so I liked it, and then I followed them.
God, now I gotta fucking God damn it! Gotta make an account.
I follow. Don't you? Oh. Well, don't you have an MLB account? Shouldn't it just be the same thing? But Dominic doesn't know what his MLB account was, because when we were his access holders, I was also in charge of all doing that.
But wasn't it my? It was my first email account.
It's Dom Hobson at hotmail.com, or whatever it is.
Oh, okay.
See, look. Zach Campbell has been banned from Avista Stadium. 3,402 likes.
Zach Campbell's like, who the fuck are you guys?
And look, there's Dominic. Dominicception right there.
Oh.
Oh, look, we got Dominic, reflection of Dominic, and then the reflection of the reflection of Dominic.
You're fucking annoying. So it's my Dom Hobson at Hotmail. Oh God, now I'm fucking putting my email out there. God damn it.
Everybody, next time, don't email us at CurveballandCS@gmail.com. Email Dom Hobson at hotmail.com.
Yeah. Make it some dick pics. What's my password? Do you remember the password?
Yeah, because I have it saved. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's like Raiders123 or something.
Oh, it is?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm going into the.
Now we're telling them people God damn it. You got to blur that out. Oh, no, it's on live. God damn it.
Shit.
It's not the MLB app. That's why.
Huh. Maybe it was Raiders123. Or maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
I'll just make an account. Choose my own password. No, they can't fucking get into it, motherfucker.
Can't you just do it as a guest?
Nope.
Get him!
Wish I could. Is this a bad time to tell you that I might have the coffee shits?
Shout out Mandy Rose and Paige Van Zandt. Collab. collab coming soon.
Complete all invalid password. The fuck kind of password do I need to have?
See, this is why you guys need to watch us on the live, because we're just, showing off all the good stuff on the live. Oh, look at the pugs. So cute. Shout out Rachel Lupa. Here's CM Punk's fucking Instagram story. This should be interesting.
Tony Khan, you mark.
Emily Kaplan blouse appreciation post. Ooh, I'm telling AJ, he's simping over Emily.
Okay,
Emily.
apparently, what am I fucking missing here? Your password must be 8 to 15 characters, contain at least one uppercase, one lowercase, and one number. Passwords are case sensitive, and I'm fucking doing the fucking some fucking bullshit. You know what I'll do? I'll do the go. Maybe I'll just change up the email. There we go. Sign up. Nope, still doesn't work. What?
Wow. Hey, look, there's that bitch Zach Campbell. Since he's just, all over. And look who fucking liked his post. Look who liked his post.
Matt?
Fucking Matt Welsh 44 is a Zach Campbell sympathizer.
He's dead to me.
What a bitch.
Oh, can't include special characters. That's why. All right. Oh, look at that. There's no special character. And it works now. So I'm put my email back, not the fucking curveballs and chair shots one, because I don't want Brandon to fucking, Oh, look at that. Continue.
Okay, the moments I'm ready. You gonna give it to AJ? Can you hear that?
Yeah. Look at that. All right. So let's see. 3 adult tickets at $9 for $27. Should I add a premier parking at $6?
Ooh, premier parking.
Add that to cart, motherfucker.
Damn, Dominic is just fucking blowing his load on me. I love to see it.
Let's see. Don't have any gift cards. Damn. We'll just do Apple Pay. It's just easier. I confirm that I'm over the age of 16. I agree to receive commercial emails of the Spokane Indians. Nah. To sign up for me at tickets.com community for access to deals and promotion. Nah. I agree to the following. Sure. Pay. I have bought the tickets. Get off my fucking back.
Thank you, Dominic. Thank you. All right, so let's move on into everyone's favorite segment of the fan mail. We do have some fan mail to discuss.
We do?
Otherwise known as
Mr. Oh, look, he sent in an 8:30. X's questions of the
and
week.
friends and J Rose. And there's no and friends. It's just J Rose. I don't know why I said and friends first.
Because you're a bitch.
I know. All right, so starting off with J Rose. He sent one in last week.
Yes.
Nothing this week, but we didn't answer his last week, so it's okay. The Johnny Roca threesome. Question number 1.
I just want to point out, though, real quick. Technically, this is a threesome. It's you and me and Johnny's questions. So technically, we were having a threesome.
Question number 1. If you could have any current NFL head coach leading your team, which coach would you like? Well, obviously
does that mean like my favorite team, or if I was on a team?
Obviously, it's Josh McDaniels. He's just
Such
under the
stud.
Bill Belichick
Such a
tree.
stud.
Yeah, we're not going to discuss what happened in Denver. It's that high altitude, that high atmosphere really gets to your head. So now that he's down in the valley in Las Vegas, much better head coach. But I gotta be serious for a second. Shout out Lance Storm. Any current NFL head coach? Would you want to go old school and go with like a Steve Carroll or
Belichick
or Bill Belichick?
But my thing is like I couldn't deal with Belichick because I need enthusiasm. I need guidance. I don't need just fucking monotone straight.
Or do you want to go with the new age of Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Mike McDaniels?
Mike McDaniels
from the Dolphins.
Oh,
ripping vapes on the sidelines. If I have to pick one to lead the team, I would probably say I'm leaning towards the new school, and I'm debating if it should be between Sean McVay or Kyle Shanahan. Just because they're proven.
I like Shanahan. I really
just
do.
because they're proven. You know what? I'll give it to Kyle Shanahan. Yes, he might be a choke artist in the playoffs. You could call him that, but his his schemes are always fantastic, and he is very hands off the court with the coordinators on defense. Yeah. And his defense is always great. His offensive are always great. Might not be winning the big ones, but I'll take Kyle Shanahan.
I think for me, I think technically this guy's old school, but I think he still he's like the bridge between old and new, but maybe more on the older side. I'm gonna go Mike Tomlin, the Steelers.
Mike Tomlin used to be the youngest coach in the league, and now he's like in the middle of the pack.
Exactly.
He's been there for so long.
I think what he was able to do with that Steelers team, phenomenal. And still able to coach and, kick ass. So good on you, Mike.
Burger King is closing a huge chunk of their locations by the end of the year. Aw, T's and P's. What are your go-to menu items at Burger King? So first,
here
Johnny,
comes Brandon. I don't eat a lot of fast food, so I couldn't really tell you.
It wasn't really fast food. It's more just I don't really eat that much Burger King because I am like surrounded by a lot of fast food by my house, food. but the Burger King is kind of more out of the way down the street, so I don't really go to Burger King, even though I was debating. But my go-to Burger King item, maybe the chicken sandwich.
You and Studianians both, man.
Just because I have like a nostalgia for that. Because when I did go to Burger King, I would get the chicken sandwich, but I haven't really had a Burger King burger in a while. But I'll go with the chicken sandwich if I have.
If we're talking about high school Burger King at Arroyo, I have to go with the chicken sandwich from that. I don't know if you remember how fucking tasty those were from high school. No,
I don't think I ever got them. I always got the leftover ketchup chips that nobody wanted.
We've been through that. Jesus
I know.
Christ. But
you're the one that brought up fucking.
But I would go with it's a classic. It's a standard. It's what makes Burger King Whopper with cheese. Probably the best thing there. Studio audience, I agree with you. Likes the old school chicken sandwich on the fucking hoagie bun. Don't care for it. They fucking just jizz a shit ton of mayonnaise onto it. Don't like it. Their spicy chicken sandwich is not spicy whatsoever, so I fucking can't stand it. So has to be a Whopper with cheese.
All right. Then finally, what are you most notorious? What are you
I'm scared of where this question's going.
What are you most notorious item that you hoard in your house? So Dominic, one might call you a hoarder.
Bitch, fuck you. I ain't a hoarder.
But so what is something that is you hoard in your house? Well, if you guys look, I got a lot of bobbleheads.
But okay, that's not hoarding though. That's
collector.
That's different. Hoarding is, why the fuck do you have 30 fucking different food bags? You know what I mean?
Hoarding wise, I probably would go with clothes. Sometimes I have a difficult time getting rid of clothes, and now they don't, for whatever reason, since COVID happened, they don't do those pickups. Like they don't come by your house and will take old clothes for you. So I would have to go out of my way to either donate them to a Goodwill or take them to one of those dump off bins. And I keep telling myself I should, but I don't. So I have. So if you look over go to the YouTube. So if you go all the way over here, underneath that Jerry, oh, did I just unplug my microphone? God damn it.
What kind of audio is this? This is
Back.
bullshit.
Sorry, we're back. Okay, so if you look underneath the Jerry Blevins jersey, nope. There it is.
You're not good at fingering, huh?
Nope. Underneath the Jerry Blevins jersey and the Metallica, there's a hoard of clothes that I have gone through and tried to, mainly because my fat ass doesn't fit in them anymore, but also because I don't like them and I've moved on. So I have a lot of clothes and also a lot of hangers. Actually, hold on one second. Do you want to see how many hangers I have?
Sure, Brandon. Sure. Well, Brandon's walking away to get his hangers. Make sure to check out Curveball and Chair Shots on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and wherever you get your podcasts.
I have a shit.
You have a shit?
So if anybody ever needs any clothes hangers, these are all my clothes hangers because I tried to put like 5 different shirts on one rack. And that also doesn't go to the fact that I'm have some clothes that I'm drying, so I have even more hangers. Well, so there you go, hangers.
Why do you use plastic
and shoes?
Hangers? They're bad for the environment, man.
I use metal hangers. Yeah, so clothes.
Hoarding for me. I mean, I'm really tipping the hat here, but you know, it's more of a me thing, but we both do it in this room. Is like if we buy something that's specifically for me or the studio audience or for both of us, we tend to keep it in the room, and that item tends to be more like of a certain, like if my father wants,
sex swing.
I wish. If my father's like, oh, give me a bag of like Hershey Kisses because I need chocolate, throughout the week, whatever. And we're going down the candy aisle and we're like, oh, look, we love this candy. We'll get this candy. Like we'll tend to like keep it in here. But like when we got Girl Scout cookies a couple weeks ago, we bought like fucking 4 different kinds and we kept them in the room. So like we tend to hoard or store certain things that is only for us, not the whole house. If that makes sense. So if we don't want people eating our shit, we keep it in our room.
All right. So now next week I know exactly where to go if I want some good food.
Well, I mean, that's about it. So nothing much.
Anyways, that is it for Johnny Roca's question. If you'd like to be like Johnny Roca, follow us on Curveballs and CS on Instagram and or Twitter. Slide in the DMs. Let's move on over to curveballandcs@gmail.com to see what Mr. X has to say on the matter.
Let's see what Mr. X has to say on the subject matter.
And Mr. X, I am ready to talk hockey. I'm all in on hockey now.
Well, he does have hockey to talk about, but first,
does he have a Francis? I'm gonna predict. Does Mr. X also have a Francis Ngannou question?
No, he does not.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised it's the most obvious thing you can think of, and you're not guessing it.
Well, I'm just trying to. Well, is he going to ask us about the Cincinnati Red City Connect jerseys?
Yes, sir. He says hi there. Well,
hi.
What do you think of the Reds City Connect uniforms? Not crazy about all blacked out everything, but it looks cool. I'd like to see a deep, dark red uniform to keep the team name. So, if you haven't seen them, go check them out. I understand where he's coming from. He wants that dark red, but I still think they're a better City Connect than some of the others that we've seen. Just saying. Not the best, but definitely not the worst.
The jerseys are relatively basic, all black, a little bit of hints of red. I do like the hats and the helmets, like just that red C on it. I kind of forget what like the meaning of like all the City Connects are supposed to, or the Cincinnati Connects are supposed to mean, but just visually I do like them because they, whatever reason, Nike is in love with the colored pants. And so if you're going to do colored pants, like black is probably like your best option compared to like a dark blue or a green or something crazy like that if you're going to go outside of white. Yeah. So I like them. I kind of agree with Dominic, probably outside of my top 5, but definitely not my bottom 5.
Exactly. I mean, what was the one that came out that was fucking atrocious? What was it? It was fuck, which one was God, I
hate the Giants ones.
I think that's the thing. I think you hate the Giants ones, but I think everybody else likes them or something like that.
I just do not like them. I don't like the orange.
You don't like the Giants in general, so I mean,
fuck the Giants.
Exactly.
They took the South Bay rights from the A's. The A's were being they were being good people. And like, oh, the Giants, you guys are gonna move to Tampa Bay. Oh, you should stay in the Bay because we care about the Bay. You take our South Bay rights, and then we're not gonna give you back the South Bay rights when we want to move to San Jose. Anyways,
you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Well, the NHL playoffs have been crazy.
Amen, brother. Of the 2 overtime games in game 1s. Sorry, I took Mr.
the fucking paragraph. God damn it.
No, because I actually watched the hockey. As you know, Dominic,
you watched the hockey.
I did sign a contract that said I will not bet on any games, especially if it is illegal sports gambling. So I did not. But I do know someone who may or may not have bet on the Florida Panthers to win game 1 while they're in a penalty kill. Took them at plus 115, and then fucking 3 hours later it goes to 4 overtimes. Then they double down, take the Florida Panthers again at even money. So that person might have won substantial amount of money.
Cool.
And then that person might have tried to go back around in the next day and bet on the Dallas Stars and lost it all. But that wasn't me, because
that person just needs to learn how to fucking take a win and stop trying to fucking.
You got to keep a heater going. This.
I'm gonna yell at my dog 1 second.
Well, it almost looked like the dog was like licking the inside of your taint, the way you're reacting to that. Anywho's, yeah. Also, right. I would never do this because I'm working on the clock, and I also specifically signed a contract that I'm not going to bet on the A's. But someone I do know did on this last homestand bet a lot of anti-Oakland A's bets and may have made a lot of money in that 6 out of 7 day time frame,
and then lost it all betting on.
No, because that person withdrew 200 out of the $300 in their account, so they've already made a plus $100 profit out of this initial $100 deposit. So right now they're playing with house money, even though they did lose $80 yesterday.
Well, good for that person. Maybe this person is learning. He or she is learning,
and this person may or may not have done 2 consecutive deposits or withdrawals. So shout out this person. Speaking of which, I should probably check my Bitcoin amount. Definitely doesn't have anything to do with that.
Anyways, while you're doing that, the NHL
playoffs $200.61.
Good for you, buddy.
Even though it was initially
you don't use it anymore because you work with the A's. Anyways, back to the Mr. X's, please. Playoffs have been crazy. All the favorites have been knocked out, and now the conference finals are underway and have not disappointed. The resilient Florida Panthers beat Carolina after a 4 overtime game 1 in the Western Conference Finals. Vegas beats Dallas in game 1 overtime victory 4-3. Ideally, I think it will be Carolina and Vegas in the finals. Let's hope. But the way Florida has played this postseason, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get there. Who are your favorites?
I agree with Mr. X. I mean, Florida Panthers have just continued to, they're very, very similar to the Miami Heat. Low seed, but continue to defy the odds and win.
They got that dog in them.
And that's why that person I was talking about saw that the Panthers were at plus money and they were watching the game. It was like, oh, the Panthers seem, even though they're on the road, were like a much better team and are having better opportunities than the Hurricanes. Like the Hurricanes would take advantage of when they had their slim opportunities, but the Panthers were always in the, in the offensive zone and doing all these things. I'm such a fucking big hockey guy right now. I'm talking about offensive zones and opportunities and shit. And it also seems like the Florida Panthers hockey goalie is on
Seems
fire.
like when you come up here, we're going to have to try out for
and that's all it takes. Team. You just need a hot goalie in the playoffs and you can win.
There we go. On to some wrestling questions. Do you think Asuka has a chance at dethroning Bianca, or will Asuka fans get their hopes up for nothing? I know there's rumors going around that maybe they're going to heel turn Bianca, which I would love for Asuka to dethrone Bianca. And that's where you get the kind of the downward spiral, kind of like what they did with Seth was, Seth starts losing all these things and he turns into a fucking crazy fucking heel, basically. Wouldn't mind that happening. I don't think keeping Bianca champion heel will work. I think you got to have her lose and then turn into a lack of a better term, a fucking bitch about it. Beat the fuck out of Asuka after Asuka wins, and you can, do what you want with that. But then again, I can't think of any other heels on SmackDown, female-wise. So,
Asuka fans should not get their hopes up. If they are turning Bianca heel, maybe that kind of sets up Bianca Rhea match at WrestleMania, title for title. Rhea ends up turning babyface. Bianca ends up turning heel. They had a perfect opportunity in Tennessee to right the ship after kind of the, embarrassment or however you want to frame it of Bianca in Puerto Rico getting booed out of the building. You have her in Tennessee. You have Asuka come out, cut her off in like 10 seconds and then spray with mist. She's like a fucking idiot. Like I felt that was not the best way to revamp or, recoup whatever, rehabilitate Bianca Belair after Backlash. So maybe that's just Vince McMahon's stupid booking, or there's a plan behind it.
Well, we don't know.
I have more faith in the former than the latter.
Gotcha. When will the inevitable implosion of the bloodline finally happen? Sooner rather than later, or will they drag it out as long as they can? I think you're going to get a so-called implosion but it's going to be with the Usos leaving, like they kicked out, they get ran out, whatever. And then maybe you have, you know, you have Roman, Solo, and maybe you can finally bring in Nia Jax. Maybe she can make a return, and you bring in that female power. You can bring in the Rock's daughter, whatever they call her, Pebble, whatever fuck we call her, Simone. I mean, you can bring in these other connected members pieces, but you know, that's what I think will happen. I don't think you'll actually have a so-called implosion and disbanded. I think it's Usos finally get out. They say, fuck you, Roman. We're done with you. Maybe they take a small break, a little hiatus because they've been fucking pushing it for fucking so long. And then you bring in, I would love for them to bring in Nia just because I think that would kind of, you know, fit what they are. Badass, kick ass, you know, motherfuckers. But I think you should replace the Usos with another tag team, and that's why you would have Nia and Simone, and they would have to form a tag team, take over the women's division.
I think they are on their way towards the implosion now. With Roman not taking a lot of dates, I don't know how long they can really span this out for. Maybe we get a pivotal story piece at Blood Money on Saturday, but because it seems like Roman's on the internet, I saw that maybe he's not going to defend his title until SummerSlam. So is that against Jay? Is that against
Jimmy
or somebody, or, you know, AJ Styles or something like that? I don't know. But I could see them kind of dragging this out a little bit, maybe past SummerSlam, just to kind of get some, because if you look at the SmackDown roster, there's not a lot of people that scream so like, oh my God, you have to do this with Roman. It's a dream match. And if they are holding out for it to be Cody and Roman next year at WrestleMania, it makes sense to kind of go deeper with the bloodline implosion. And maybe that's a different story of, you know, Roman. The only reason Roman beat Cody last year is because he had the bloodline. He had Solo. And now maybe Solo does, you know, break up with Roman within the next year, or he's still there, but they don't have the backup with the Usos. And that's another story of Roman doesn't have all of his backup like he did last year. So I would say maybe by Royal Rumble, we're going to get like a full blown implosion. It's not going to look at the same bloodline, but they could pan this out for a little bit. And it will be interesting to see how they get the Usos babyface after going so hard heel in the past couple months.
I mean, just to go off of that real quick, I still think Usos are going to be that badass heel tag team that you don't boo them, you cheer for them, but you know, you also want to cheer for Sammy and KO. You know what I mean? So
you got it. I mean,
yeah. Lastly, is it blatantly obvious that Seth is winning the new world title? You know, so I saw a little theory that Edge attacks Seth, kind of puts himself in line to face AJ. Maybe Edge wins the world title and him and AJ can feud for a while, and then AJ finally beats him, and then Seth can come up and be like, look, I was, you know, attacked, and then you have Seth and AJ feud for a while. I mean, that would be a cool little 8-month little thing that can go on.
Or you could have just had Edge win and just have him beat Seth and, you know, win the championship.
But you know, but he's the master of opportunity, whatever the fuck his name was.
And then this title is already, its credibility is hanging on by a thread if there even is any credibility, which I would argue there isn't. And then you're just going to have Edge win it when he shouldn't have won in the first place. Like, that's not starting the title off on the right foot.
Whatever. Just I was kind of okay with that, because okay, Seth wins. Now where do we go? Exactly. Well, that's it for Mr. X's questions and J Rose threesome. If you want to be like them, CurveballandCS@gmail.com. You can DM on the Instagram, DM on the Twitter machine. You can DM on Facebook, but I doubt I'll fucking get it because no one fucking goes on that fucking thing.
Except for the one guy who asked about Apollo Crews randomly.
Fucking like a fucking decade ago. You know, I sent out something, but you know, of course,
283 weeks ago.
Exactly.
All right, let's quickly run through the rest of the wrestling. Some news that we kind of saw coming down the pipeline, but it is officially official. AEW Collision is starting up on June 17th. This was taking place at the Warner Upfronts, and then later kind of dived into at Dynamite with Tony Khan. And also we have even more CM Punk drama because he was supposed to be in the press release, in the pictures. Oh my God, CM Punk's come back to AEW for Collision. Yay.
Oh my God.
And then apparently CM Punk is going to die on the Ace Steel hill. And because Ace Steel's not going to be a part of Collision or part of AEW, he's like, all right, fuck you guys. I'm not doing this. And then CM Punk goes on a little Instagram tirade and calls Brian Alvarez a fucking idiot and fuck him and blah, 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 blah. So we don't know where Collision is going to be on June 17th. We're supposed to get that information next week. Allegedly, it's either going to be at Chicago's United Center if Punk is there, and if he's not there, they're going to go to Daly's place in Jacksonville.
Well, something that I've been wanting to ask you, since you are I don't know if you call yourself a former Punk fan, I don't know if you're still a huge Punk fan, but
right there. See, look, I'm getting better at fingering, Dominic. First try.
Oh, there we go. Where's your head on this whole thing? Do you want him back in AEW? Do you want him retired? Do you want him back at WWE? You want him to go to Ring of Honor? You want him in fucking TNA? You want him in fucking New Japan? You want him in fucking
CMLL under
PWG? You want him in the fucking with Matt Cardona and the indie god scene, wherever the fuck he goes? Where do you want him? What do you want from him? And how do we get there?
So strictly as a fan, I would love to see CM Punk back in AEW or in some sort of wrestling capacity. But at this point, it is so toxic. CM Punk is burning every single bridge, and every single time he has an opportunity to come back to AEW, he blows it up. Like, is it like he just doesn't want to work, or he doesn't want to work with AEW anymore for whatever reason? Like, you had this deal in place, presumably for like weeks or months, that he was going to come back at Collision. And now at the 11th hour, he blows it up and then he fucks everything over. And it's like, all right, dude, like we can't deal this anymore. You're just such a head case.
You know, one thing that when you say that, one thing that brings, it's a memory I have, and it's kind of stuck with me, was I think this is at maybe not the pinnacle, but maybe like right before you and me really started digging deep into curveballs and chair shots, hanging out a lot. You were supposed to do the Bullet Cast, and I was trying to get you to get out of it.
The other podcast.
Whatever. I was trying to get you out of it because I was like, fuck that. Hang out with me, do this, let's go do our thing, blah, blah, blah.
Love me,
and
Daddy.
Your mom said, you agreed to it. You have an obligation to do it. And I think that's one thing that CM Punk doesn't understand is that, you know, you signed a contract. You are obligated.
Are you saying that CM Punk has mom issues? Which he does.
He does. But I just think he, you know, it's something that, you know, you see in the younger generation. I'm not, this has nothing to do with Punk right now, but, you know, one thing you see in the younger generation is they don't understand obligation and your duty. And that's what CM Punk is showing, is he's trying to be, you know, well, I'm not doing this. It's like, well, okay, you're breaking your contract. We don't fucking have to pay you shit. See you later. And I think that's what AEW should just throw it on the table. Look, your contract says you're supposed to do these fucking, at least this many dates a year. You got to fucking show up for fucking TV. You got to do this. You got to do that. If you don't, you're in breach of your contract. You're gone. I think that's what but Tony Khan is so, I think his head is still so wrapped up in the idea of Punk being on his team that he doesn't want to let that go, because he knows if Punk leaves, yeah, he's probably not going to go back to wrestling, but there's that small little fucking chance that, you know how Punk is, and he will go back to WWE just to stick it to AEW, to be like, fuck you. Look, I'm here. Ace is here because WWE said, you know what? We'll give you what you fucking want. We'll make it happen. But
at this point, should you cave in and give what CM Punk wants? Because does WWE really need CM Punk? I would argue no.
I'm going to say no, but you're telling me that Vince won't be like, Punk, You want your guy? You got him. You want $5 million? You got it. All I want from you is to show up and fucking say whatever the fuck you want within reason. Don't fucking, don't literally, curse and, all that kind of shit. But, here's your fucking mic. You come in, do your fucking promos with whatever you want to fucking do. You got it. Sign it a year. Thank you very much.
You do the job to Roman and leave. Bam.
I think Punk would do it because Punk gets to wrestle in front of a crowd that would fucking love to see him again. He gets his money. He gets his guy. There we go.
But like at this point, we're 10 years out of CM Punk wrestling at WWE, and I just don't know how.
Never say never.
But I feel like the AEW crowd is much more likely to just love CM Punk much more than a WWE crowd is in 2023.
I think a WWE crowd would love just as much as AEW. I don't think they still chant his name.
The WWE crowd right now is more casual than the AEW crowd. Not saying that's a bad thing, but
I think you bring him back, you bring half that AEW crowd back just because Punk is back where he was kind of, where he made his name literally a household name. I know you can argue that Ring of Honor Punk is the best. Whatever
CM
you want to say.
Brand is damaged. Now, how much damage, we will find out.
Yes.
All right. Speaking of CM Punk and Dynamite and AEW, I guess we'll quickly run it down. We are 2 weeks away from AEW Double or Nothing. It will be a good show, I know, in the moment when the matches happen. But let's just say, Dominic, I'm not missing out that we're not going to be at that show.
Well, that's a good thing. You're going to come
because we're going to be together. We're going to be together regardless. We're going to be together in Vegas.
Which, just so you know, we will be changing the sheets probably Friday when you're here because, we want to make sure everything is we want you to feel like you're at a hotel room.
Okay, I don't know what that has to do with AEW Double or Nothing, but sure.
Because we're not going to Vegas, so, we want you to feel like you're in a hotel still.
Okay.
It's going to be hot outside, like Vegas.
And then we are going to all sleep in the same room, and Studianis will be just snoring her fucking
if you want to do that, the bed, I guess we can go a different way. We can try, but
I'll just sleep in the mascot's cage.
He just cages it up.
Anyways, Christian and Wardlow have a beatdown segment, and we are going to get a ladder match for the TNT title. Christian and Wardlow. Okay, cool. I do find it interesting that they put Wardlow out first. I would say the cynic in me would be because they know whoever comes out first is going to get a hot reaction. They're not super sold on Wardlow getting hot reactions deep into the crowd, so we'll throw him out first. He'll get a good pop, and he'll look like he's over, even though in reality he's not really.
I think you said it best. Wardlow should have got out when he got out. But he's
gone downhill since he left MJF, which I told you this was going to happen last year. And look, a fucking blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Let this guy book his fucking, book the show, Brandon.
Amen. Sammy Guevara has a squash and he cuts a promo. Very babyface, over the top-ish, which sets off my alarms that he's going to turn back heel at Double or Nothing, I hope, because it just didn't work. If this was a straightforward, honest, earnest babyface promo, it wasn't good. And so I'm hoping they're going to do the redirect of him going one direction and then turning at the pay-per-view. But then also makes Jungle Boy and Darby look like fucking idiots.
We'll see.
All right, hashtag analysis. Then here's where Dominic comes in. We got the obligatory women's match as Storm and Soho defeat Baker and Sheeta. The babyface looks like absolute fucking idiots because we've been doing this feud for months now.
Yep.
And they still don't understand that these three women are going to interfere in each other's matches. And there's however many girls, how many babyfaces are 8. So you outnumber the heels, but yet the heels keep winning because your dumbasses don't bring extra help.
Well, it's very much so. They're trying to show you that, babyfaces can win against all odds. But let's face it. Paige, former champion, Toni Storm, former UK champion, Ruby Soho. And there we go. We kind of established that. But it's just one of the things where to me, this is what to me kind of hurts their whole storyline is the fact, like you said, it's 2 versus 3. You know, it's always going to happen. It's always going to do this. When the fuck are you going to smarten up? Never? Well, then why the fuck are we even invested in this match?
Blood and guts.
For War Games? No, sorry.
War Games.
Oh, I missed that guy.
Orange Cassidy and Darby won their tag team match, and later on, we just happened to have 20 people go into Tony Khan's office and ask for a title match. And so we're going to get the Blackjack Battle Royal at Double or Nothing.
Oh my God.
They're really telling
How surprising.
I know. They're really telling the story of Orange Cassidy wrestling every single week. He's running on fumes at this point. I mean, it's a time filler. I don't know if they're going to have like a big mega surprise like they usually do in these types of battle royals, but I don't think Orange Cassidy should lose in this match.
In the battle royal?
In the battle royal.
Yes.
No, he's done. I feel like he's done a good enough job telling the story that if he's going to lose the title eventually, he should lose it 1-on-1, not in a fucking battle royal.
Oh, I thought you meant like the one they have at the beginning of Double or Nothing for be the number 1 contender for the world title. I thought you were talking about that. I don't watch AEW. I don't have I don't have cable.
You can Tyler doesn't have cable. He watches AEW.
How does he watch it?
You can stream it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
How?
Dominic, it's 2023. Do you not know how to fucking stream anything? Dominic very technologically savvy. What are you in the studio and watching these days, Dominic?
She watches her
Mexican shows, and then you guys just are on your phone on Facebook and Instagram Reels the rest of the day.
Sounds about right.
Okay.
Watch some highlights on Twitter. That's about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Strong and Jericho win, or Strong and Jericho win. Strong and Jericho have a match.
Yep.
Adam Cole, babyface, is outsmarting the heels. You'd love to see it. We are going to get an unsanctioned or no rules match, Cole and Jericho at Double or Nothing. Love to see it.
That might be good. Yeah.
Should be good.
Well, Jericho is old.
Jungle Boy defeats Roosh. I don't know why they booked this match. Jungle Boy did not look very good. Roosh obviously beat the piss out of him, almost broke his neck, and then Jungle Boy wants to roll up and hold it in the tights. If you're trying to put Jungle Boy over 2 weeks out of the pay-per-view, maybe you shouldn't book him against a match against Roosh, who is notorious for not wanting to put guys over. And I mean, you should have seen this coming from a mile away. Roosh just was no selling Jungle Boy, beating the fuck out of him. Had a lot of more offense than he did, even though Jungle Boy should be the focus. But Roosh does not give a fuck about that. He's going to get his shit in.
Well, and that's like you said. I mean, he's a talented, fucking decorated performer, and you're going against Jungle Boy, who, not trying to take anything away from Jungle Boy, but let's be honest, he's not, grade A, luchador. So I mean, it's I literally was going through something on my phone real quick. I did see that what is it, like the belly to belly slam off the ring apron. That could have been very bad.
Good job. Jay White defeats Ricky Starks via DQ. Didn't like this finish. I mean, if you're going to build a match, and it was just a very obvious cop-out finish, and then we're just going to get the match again at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big fan of this, especially with it being like the main event, even though it wasn't the final thing on the show. But
yeah,
I didn't like that. Then we had the Elite and BCC. Don Callis comes out, cuts a promo, doesn't really say much, so hopefully we get a little bit more insight later on. But BCC come out or Kenny Omega comes out, then attacks Kenny. Then the Bucks come out, and then old Hangman Page comes out. The Hanger comes out, and with the eye patch, the Elite are full once again, reunited, and feel so good. And then we're going to get Anarchy in the arena. Should be fun. I have, as I said, down on this card overall, but the Anarchy in the arena was my favorite match last year. I would not be shocked if this once again my favorite match, and the build I think has been very good for this.
Well, the fact that you have Jon Moxley, who will do fucking pretty much anything, Cesaro, who is stronger than fuck, Danielson, this will be his first match since the Iron Man match, I believe. Sorry, I farted. Had to mute that shit.
Okay, but then you just said, okay, whatever.
Well, I wanted to know why there was a pause, because people are watching the live stream. They saw that I was paused for a second, but people on the podcast, they hear silence. I got to explain that I was ripping a tasty fart and
smell like coffee beans.
No, it smells like shit. It smells like shit. I ate a lot of food last night. Not gonna. A lot of food, which we'll probably go there. Take you out. Food trucks, great barbecue.
Is Southern Comfort going to be there?
No,
no Southern Comfort. Damn,
no Southern Comfort. No deaf people pizza.
Which also T's and P's to the San Lorenzo food truck scene because they English. They don't come here anymore.
Really?
Yeah, they used to go to the SOZ Little League, which terrible spot.
Oh, that was the last time we went there. We went there one time. I got fucking moved. Oh.
Terrible spot. It was depressing. They had their regular trucks, but there's like nobody there compared to when they used to be at Hesperian, which is a great spot. If you don't know, Hesperian is like it's like the main street that runs right through San Lorenzo. So everybody, even if you're not going to San Lorenzo, you go through there and you see them. So it was always packed. It was always popping. They had a DJ. It was a great spot. And then they moved to SLZ and it was just like 4 food trucks and just dead silence.
Yes, it was terrible. But yeah, this is in Hayden, Idaho, and these trucks are stationed there. They're like, not like, they're still on trailers and shit, but they're like, that's where they stay. And they have like barbecue, they have Korean, they have pizza, they have like home cooking, they have Hawaiian, 2 different taco trucks, they have a pizza plate. Like it was cool.
The big water heifer there too?
Big water heifer?
Yeah. You said
what is that a fucking reference to?
Well, you said you had a family dinner. Was the big water heifer there?
What the fuck is the big water heifer?
All right, never mind.
So I don't watch Barstool. I'm not a bitch.
That's not a Barstool thing.
Oh, it isn't. No.
Anyways, that'll do it for us for today. Yay. I'm pretty sure we clocked in well over 2 hours. Thank you guys very much on the YouTube for tuning in, even though I know so many people. We were just filled to the gills. Shout out to all the commenters and everybody, especially except for that one guy that Dominic yelled at.
Hang on. Let's see where we're at. We're at damn. There's no one watching. No, but we got one comment from Jabba the Gut 1. He said, or she, love the podcast, guys. Good stuff. So thank you, Jabba the Gut 1. Thank positive comment. Someone who appreciates hard work and dedication.
Dedication.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Nipsey. Anyways, next week we'll be back, reunited live in-person podcast, first time since last Memorial Day.
Should we last time
was when Dominic kissed
shorts and our tank tops?
Maybe that's what I fit in my.
Are we live streaming that?
Well, we'll find out. We'll see.
Don't know live when stream your taste test of no lie beer.
Yeah, well, we will do a no lie beer taste test. We'll put it to shout out to Ty Gundy. We'll send it in there.
That means
but we do not know when we'll do it. Maybe it's Friday, either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Maybe Monday. We don't know. But there will be a podcast sometime next week between the days of Friday and Sunday or Monday and whatever. Goodbye. Good night to everyone. Enjoy their Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy their Mother's Day last weekend. And shout out to everyone who participated, from Dominic, the studio audience, and the mascot, and Johnny, and Mr. X, and Jabba the Gut 1, and everybody else who tuned into the YouTube. Goodbye and good night.